All right, Nick, I took a look at your video. I wanted to point a couple things out to you so you can kind of give it some thought. I think you're doing a lot better job here, of leaning in. It's not so bad. Um, but when we talk about getting off your left foot, I wanted you to kind of see something here. It's kind of interesting. So if you're watching your right leg, right, and you're kind of getting it around here, okay, let's see. So here's your leg, right? Watch your foot. Watch this foot, okay? Watch this foot down here. Okay, I'm gonna just go frame by frame. Okay, so here is it. Before you're rotating on your left, right? You're rotating, you're rotating, you're rotating. Okay, here you pretty much stop rotating, right? Now you're starting into your drive phase. So you're driving to the center of the ring. Now watch, frame by frame, right? This foot, it's not moving at all, right? I mean, you have here one frame, 2 frames, okay, 3 frames, 4 frames. Okay, so now you're starting to be, your right leg is starting to get way out front. You still haven't even, I mean, this foot hasn't moved an inch, right? 5 frames. You're just starting to, just a little bit, right? You just barely start to move it. Okay, and there now you're starting to push off, and this foot's almost on the ground already, right? And this foot hasn't even left the ground yet. Okay, boom, one more. Okay, now basically both your feet are about 2 inches off the ground. This guy's about a millisecond from landing, and this foot's still back here. Okay, so if we go one more, okay, boom. Okay, there you're down. Okay, your foot's down. This foot is down on the ground. Okay, this is at this point you're late, right? You're already late. Now, if you could get this leg here down in the front, right? With while keeping your shot in this same position, okay, fine, that would be okay, right? If you can get your lower body rotated around, you're gonna have that separation you need to get your big throw. But watch what happens, right? So if we keep going forward, okay. So now start watching this arm right here. Okay, if you could keep it back in this position while this leg hits the ground up here, you'd be in good shape. But watch what happens. Okay, so you're here. Every step, every time we move a frame, watch this arm. So I'm going to draw a line at the top right here, right? And watch frame here. That's one. Okay, two, three, four, five. Okay, you're still not down. Six. Okay, now your foot's down on the ground. Look where your elbow is. Okay, you've lost all your separation. You have none, right? Your elbow should be back here, right? Your chest should be sort of pointed towards the camera, but look where you're at. Okay, you have this. You have, I mean, your angle is pretty good here, right? You're somewhat. I mean, your shot's over your leg, right here. It's somewhat over your leg. Okay, but look at your shoulder. Okay, your shoulder is way forward. You need to be back, man. I mean, you need to be back at least back here. So now when you start to throw, right? Watch your move. You have very little push on the shot. Watch it from here. That's it. You're basically getting about a third of what the push you should get on it, and then you just drive it out. I mean, your drive out is good. You do a good job getting tall, driving the shot out. But if we go back to here again, the key point here is from the time your foot lands here, if this foot needs to get down here while your shot stays back, but that's not happening, right? By the time your foot finally gets down to the ground here, finally there, your elbow's it's traveled all the way, right? So it's already gone all the way like that. Well, actually, it would be in reverse, right? So it's gone like this, and it shouldn't have, right? So you've lost all your drive there. So next practice, try and work on. I mean, there's the best way to do that, right, is to get off your leg a lot sooner, right? So this foot, right? Remember we talked about when you're passing here, right here, right here you should be pretty much thinking that you're pretty much off this foot, because it's very hard to catch up. I mean, to catch up once you're here, right, and your foot's landed on the ground, this is you're late here, right? So in order to catch up, you either have to be able to be a monster and keep that shot back while your lower body completely rotates around, or you have to get off this foot faster. So you got a choice. I mean, preferably you get off this foot faster in the back, right? So instead of getting off of it, instead of it just finally leaving the ground in this frame, like here, try and get it off. If you're right here, if you're basically off your foot right here, then you're in better shape. Okay? But either way, what really counts is at the front, right? That shot's back when your feet are grounded. This shot can't be here, right? Or your arm can't be here because you've essentially lost your wrap. Your arm has to be back here. Your elbow should be back. So your elbow, instead of your elbow being here, your elbow should be back here, right? Or higher, basically parallel with your shoulder, but it should be back here. So try and work on that next practice.